Test at Bekaa Valley. As the Israeli army drove deeper into Lebanon, it was only a matter of time before they confronted the Syrian army. The Israeli forces were intent on clearing the Syrian surface-to-air missile sites by force. On June 9th, in the Bekaa Valley, both sides had clashed. On the 11th of June, the 7th Israeli Armored Brigade had set up ambush positions. The Syrian 82nd Armor Brigade ran into them. This was the first time that the Russian-built T-72 would fight the Israeli Merkava tanks. Israeli probably wins. Merkava is a very modern tank as far as this game is concerned. Holy shit, we have like 7 tanks. The thing is, these guys will probably have a very modern electronics, so fire control should be very high compared to what the Russians have. Literally 7 units, right? Fire control 35. That's usually when I've looked at these older tanks, it's something like 5 with the Russian tanks. They have no chance in hell to get anywhere close to these. They're basically going to get massacred if the fighting doesn't happen at close range. This also has a fairly modern front armor, so you need a good shot to penetrate that. Range could be longer. Ammunition could be more plentiful. With the very top of the line tanks as this game has to offer, you would basically see a big gun with a maybe 120 range and a lot of anti-tank rounds, maybe up to the point that they don't even have a high explosive, I mean anti-infantry or that sort of round. They will have machine guns or other units that are dedicated to that. The tank is basically just going to kill all other tanks and armored vehicles at long range. That's what they exist for. But this is still sort of a mix. It can do it all. Yeah, they're boned. These are very ancient. The gun is probably good enough, but it doesn't have the electronics, and the armoring is weak compared to Merkava tanks. They're basically super boned. They have no chance in hell. Visibility is 44. We have vision of 30, so I don't particularly see. We need to get these tanks to somewhere where we can see the enemy immediately. Yeah, this is gonna basically be the fight. So they managed to not get killed. The 3 tanks could probably handle this on their own, but they're handling things surprisingly well. Yeah, I just need to bring these guys north, I think, to get lines of fire over. They're very lucky to not get destroyed. Still, they will not win a long distance fight. They will simply will not. Ooh, so they had additional tank formations moving to the south. Okay, we were probably a bit hasty in moving these. Yeah. There are way too many tanks here for this to survive, really. Still, the front hull on these is very tough. so it's a tough sell for them too. Clickety clickety click. Right, this is a bit of a problem. Not sure how big of a problem really though. Okay, just pick a target and I should have shot first with these, then started laid the tanks on the front or at the back last. Yeah, there's so many tanks that we would have had great targets if we actually hadn't moved these tanks. The reason I switched target is because this one had already been fired upon, so the incoming fire would have been even more accurate against it. I need to fire at another tank group. I don't think we're gonna necessarily survive it. We did it in the wrong order. We would have needed to reveal things first. That was the smart thing to do. Now we have very close tanks that we can do really much about. And we need to spread the lava around a little bit. We need to prevent them from firing from these positions. Right. The big problem with these tanks is that they can't hold the front armor toward them. We could have naturally just pulled them back, but I don't want to do it. I want to force the tank versus tank fight. I want to see how it goes. Yeah, they technically, ammunition-wise and gun-wise, there isn't really that big of a difference. It's the accuracy that makes all the difference in the world. But that's the only thing. Yeah, we have tanks right in front of us, but we are not targeting them because we can't see them. Fair enough. I don't think we should basically move or fire if we don't have a target to go after immediately. They're gonna arrive right in front of us, so it's better to save shots. No reaction, really. And again, they're shooting God knows what. Once the casualties stop piling, then it's all over. They have a lot of tanks still yet. but they're moving in piles. So once you kill a couple of tanks in a pile, the rest will stop or can't hit shit. Either way, it's good enough. Any new interesting targets? Not particularly. You can't even kill a crew. There's a reason I go for it. I do need to get rid of it. Right, they're gonna blindly just rush here, which is fine for me. Are they though? Don't think they can really do much, but I do need to make progress too. I can just sit here around here and wait. What do I need? With any luck, they'll abandon the tank. Either way, I'm not too worried. Right, they're just holding still, waiting for something. If we have to fight at this close range, they're just about as likely to get killed as I am, so it'll definitely work for them more than for me. No. So nothing's happening. Lucky son of a bitch. It's all the wrong hole parts. Why the fuck can't you see that? Yep. This distance, it doesn't really matter. Guess we'll just stand here and wait. Neither side can really afford any more losses. So, yeah. Mobilize targets first. So, here's how this is gonna go. This is at marginal something at best, no matter what happens. The thing is, if we don't go for the extra flags, we're probably going to marginally lose, because our tanks are more valuable than theirs are. So I'm inclined to risk it. and that's basically it. We have much better tanks, but again, it is our advantage is the distance. We lost way too many tanks. We did it the wrong way. I think that's more of a problem with us having only 7 tanks. There was nothing for me to use as a sacrificial unit, so it didn't really cross my mind like it usually does. You want something that's not really able to contribute all that much to move about a little bit, see spots, see what's going on. At the same time, we already had some targets to fire at too, not with the rear group though. Yeah, it's mainly because of my mistake. This should have been more of a slaughter. I'm surprised we probably could have lost the forward group, maybe, but I don't think even that. They were at a distance where it was a reasonable exchange of shots, but the back group was definitely within a distance where the Soviet tanks had no chance. They just needed target, something to force the enemies to react. And if I would have moved the forward tank first, yeah, that would have worked. Marginal victory, right? I feel that's a bad performance on a mission like this. I'm actually tempted to try it again, but yeah, the missions are what they are.